For this 17-minute reformer class, I've got it set to just one red spring. I've got the foot bar all the way down and I've got a box at the end of the carriage. I'm just starting off standing on the box with my feet hip width apart, rolling down, placing my hands on the carriage a little bit wider than my shoulders, and I'm doing some nice spinal waves, inhaling, extending the carriage away, rolling out to my pinky fingers. Exhale, drawing the carriage in, rolling into my thumbs, and finding a C curve. So you might do that 5 to 10 times. And after that, I'll do a nice roll up to standing, and roll back down, eyes, tongue, chin, vertebrae by vertebrae, placing my hands over onto the left side, and just doing the same thing while I'm in a bit of rotation and it's a little bit more of an oblique focus. So again, you can do 5 to 10 and then repeat on the other side with a roll down in between to create flow. As you roll up, you might like to take the arms around, add in a little overhead reach, maybe extending the spine a little bit at the top, bringing the arms around as you bring the eyes, tongue, and chin down and go into your roll down. After this, I'm rolling back down again, just placing my hands on the platform for a moment, just enjoying a little stretch, and then stepping up onto the platform with my hands on the carriage, going into plank pike. So lifting my heels, sending the carriage out with my hands under my shoulders, curling my spine to bring the carriage in. As I send the carriage out, reaching my heart forward a little bit, keeping the body long. As I exhale, bringing the eyes, tongue, chin in as I go into my pike. Maybe you'll do 5 to 10 of those. After that, just stepping off the back of the reformer, walking around to the side facing the reformer, stepping into the platform first and then placing my foot on the carriage. You may like to use a stick here if you need a bit of support and for your balance. Just going into side split. Inhale, pressing the carriage out, favoring a little bit into the base of the pinky toe. Exhale, drawing the carriage in, rolling a little bit into the base of the big toe. You may like to bring your arms out to the side. You might like to just keep them there or you can bring the arms up and down as you move the carriage in and out. As you draw the carriage in, think of the torso lifting and allowing the torso to lower as you bring the carriage out. So you might do 5 to 10. Then I'm going into a sort of standing saw variation where I'm holding the carriage still with my legs, bending down, going into a nice rotation, reaching towards the opposite foot. Coming back up, just thinking about my humeral head placement as I go into each twist. So maybe you'll do 3 to 5 on each side here. And then we'll just step back off the reformer and heading around to repeat those on the other side. Taking care as you step back off the carriage and coming into 4-point kneeling. Hands on the platform, knees on the carriage, toes tucked under with your heels up against the shoulder rests. Starting off with knee stretch. Inhale to send the carriage back, disassociating from the hips. Exhale to draw the carriage forward. First, I'm just staying in a flat back, focusing on axial elongation. Might do 5 to 10 here. And then I'm moving into the C-curve version. And I find with this version, usually my legs don't go as far because my spine's in a C-curve, looking towards the pubic bone. 5 to 10 repetitions here. And then I'm just flowing into a nice little moving cat-cow. Exhale, bringing the carriage in as I C-curve. Inhale, sending the carriage back as I go into extension. And then I'm going into the oblique version, starting over on the left side. So I'm in a C-curve and lateral flexion. Inhale, sending the carriage away. Exhale, drawing it in. Keeping my shoulders over my hands and moving from the hips. 5 to 10, and repeat on the other side. Coming back to center with the hands, pressing back through the heels and floating the knees up, pressing back into a plank, and taking the legs forward and back in Jackrabbit, maintaining a nice long spine, stability at the shoulders, and hip disassociation. 5 to 10 here. And then just coming up onto my feet and doing a sort of variation of elephant. Exhale, sending the heels down and back to bring the carriage back, and inhale, bringing the carriage in. After 5 to 10 of those, bringing the carriage in, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, carefully stepping off the reformer and having a seat on the carriage with my feet in the front well where the springs are. I'm pretty sure I changed to no springs here. And just sitting on the edge of the carriage with your feet flat on the floor, your feet hip width apart, and your feet a little bit forward of your knees. Lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, pressing the heels down and back, gliding through the heels to bring the carriage forward. So just getting a nice glide at the ankle joint and a little bit of work through the hamstrings. You may also like to work here with your arms forward or your arms out to the side. After this, just placing one ankle on the opposite knee, lengthening the spine, tipping forward for a nice figure 4 glute stretch for a few breaths on each side. After this, reaching behind to take the straps in hands and floating the legs up into tabletop for a kind of teaser variation. Keeping the arms wide in a kind of hug a tree position, making the nice C curve, rolling down through the spine vertebrae by vertebrae with control until the back of the shoulders just lightly touch the shoulder rests, and rolling back up through the spine. So you could do this with one foot down if you need, or you could extend both legs to make it more challenging. 5 to 10 here. And then hanging the straps up, putting the legs out straight, and just going into some roll downs, just like what you would do on the mat. Finding a C curve, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Eyes, tongue, chin. And I've also done a single leg variation here, just having one leg raised as you roll up and down. Maybe 3 to 5 on each side. floating the legs up to tabletop again to do just a mat version of teaser without the straps. Then coming around just to finish with a nice hip flexor stretch, lifting the pubic bone up as you send the carriage back, maybe holding for 5 to 10 breaths on each side. And then you're all done. Have an awesome day.